Welcome to the Pacifist Podcast. We have returned. Mushu has got internet. I mean, believe it or not, he is part of the actual world now. He can
I'm
connect
reconnected.
up.
I'm reconnected. I know what's going on now. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
But I could do if I had the enthusiasm to find out.
I know. And what's better is we don't have to record 15 minutes from that location and then another 45 minutes from another location and so forth. It's even better.
Because I don't even get paid petrol money for the travel in between them. So it suits me fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should, I should put forward some kind of loosely formed apology in terms of why we've missed a week, and that it was technically my fault. Well, it's not my fault.
No.
There's a lot of reasons.
Your fault.
There's a lot of reasons why it happened, but ultimately I am the one responsible. so yeah, apologies, but we're back now. So just when you thought you'd escaped, you haven't.
No. And you'll be happy to know that my brilliant white hoodie still has not got a stain on it. And I think this is hour number 3 that it has been worn for. Like Jesus himself. No, you're not happy about that. I am.
I'm overjoyed, mate. To be honest, I didn't put a lot of thought into your hoodies or clothing. I never really do. I occasionally think you've got a cool t-shirt on and that sort of thing, but I'm a bloke. I don't notice if you've worn things more than once or how long for or anything like that, I'm afraid. But I am impressed that you've got no stains on it. I mean,
yeah, fuck you. No, it's fine, Mushy. Go on, fuck off. Disconnect your internet. Go on. We'll have another week off. Who cares?
So we're catching up. We thought we'd have we have got some subjects in the pipeline, but we thought, well, we've had a week off, we'd do a bit of catching up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just find out what's going on with everyone. Not that we know because you can't talk to us, but certainly find out what's been going on with me and Sam, which is interesting enough.
Well, you've led beautifully onto that Facebook post that I put up this morning, because I was kind of raging. Obviously, I bought a new car a little while ago, and I think I might have gone into some of the wonderful aspects of this beautiful little Dodge that's
I did think it might have something to do with your car. You know, every day this week I've received message in some way, shape, or form. Car's back in the garage. This is fucked. Yep. Looks like this is fucked again. I'm going to murder someone.
Yeah. Which prompted the post about if you could throw any particular worker into a pit of vipers, who would you throw in? Mushu, before I start, because I'm about to go spastic at this fucking cunt who sold me who would you throw into a pit of vipers, Mushu?
Well, I don't know, mate. It's very hard to do by profession, because generally...
No, traffic wardens. No one's a traffic warden.
Well, I've met decent traffic. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a lot. There was one in London who was an absolute massive cock, and he was one of those people that always used to call the police first occasion. Like, he'd be writing a ticket out, someone would come out and be like, "Oh mate, I'm about to leave in 5 minutes," and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm calling the police. I need backup and all this." And
I need backup.
Yeah, it's like, it's not backup, mate. You're not one of us. You're like a ticket warden. But that's just petty. But yeah, I mean, it's. I've had a situation before where we've been in the middle of our morning muster, i.e. tea and toast at the cafe at the bottom of the Old Bailey, and a shout's gone out, fight in progress. So we're all like, fucking, let's go. We've all got up, got our kit together. Sorry, we're going to have to go. We'll pay you in a minute. We'll come back and all this. Gone legging it out the door, and they're like, yep, traffic warden in a dispute with someone. And we're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, go back in, finish our cup of tea, finish our toast. Sure enough, this mate, he's just there, like, sort of stood there just arguing with this guy. And then the guy's turned around, he's perfectly reasonable anyway. You know, so yeah, you do get cocks. But on the flip side, you know, I live on the Isle of Wight now, and I've chatted to a few of the traffic wardens over here. And to be fair, they're quite nice. So I don't know. I did put one up on the Facebook page saying that it's not really a profession, but all of these self-made fucking scientists and experts on everything that's going on in the world because they've watched a Facebook video or something on YouTube, and now they're arguing with actual real scientists who, believe it or not, people do know what they're talking about most of the time. I say most of the time because obviously the very basic concept of science is that you find new evidence which proves you wrong, and therefore you reevaluate the whole situation. But you don't fucking find it out on YouTube from some fucking stupid American who's just come up with it off the top of their head or something. Other stupid people are available.
Not many though. Not many. I mean, we are catching up as a country. We are beautifully. We're catching up in a wonderful, wonderful way. But yeah, you are right, Americans.
But they'd all go in. Anyone that claims that they know better than an actual scientist on that subject can just go fucking straight in there. And then they can use their science.
I'm going to save those people.
Why?
I don't. Why? I'll tell you why, Mushi. I'm glad you ask. Because they make the internet so wonderful. You know, when someone has a pop at Neil deGrasse Tyson, for instance, on Twitter, because he's prolific on there. I mean, I love Neil deGrasse. Would never dream of mentioning. He's a quality bloke. He's so funny. But when someone has a pop at him and they think they know better, he makes them their bitch. It's so really fucking brilliant.
He really does.
So fucking good. But, and whenever I hear, what's the phrase they like using? Is it educate yourself? Is it? It's like I've done the research. Yeah, because COVID has incidentally broken a lot of people. It's broken so many of my friends. It's ridiculous, and it's ridiculous, but it's also brilliant because it makes me not question my sanity half as much. But yeah, I love it. I
get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. It can they do provide a certain amount of entertainment for the masses, but what worries me more is the fact that the stupid people by far seem to outnumber the intelligent ones that know that it's a load of bollocks, if you know what I mean. And for every dickhead you get coming on YouTube with some ridiculous theory, there's like 10 people that will walk away fucking believing it.
Okay, well, that's true. There are a lot of soft-minded people out there.
Maybe not throw all of them in the snake pit. Maybe just half of them or something. Just thin the herds a bit.
I like it. How about the ones who can upload YouTube videos?
Yeah, well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Let them roam on Facebook, but no, YouTube's an idiot-free zone. That would be lovely. Oh no, well, maybe not idiot-free because we'd be off.
Well, do you remember when we did the conspiracy episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched I think it was like 3 or 4 hours YouTube video called "Fall of the Cabal."
Right.
Fuck me.
That sounds heavy.
It was. Any YouTube video, and I mean, we have done it, admittedly, but any YouTube video that backs up facts with memes, it's just Fall of the Cabal. If you aren't crazy, but you're thinking about going down that route, that's the show for you. You watch it, you'll go fucking mental.
I think that's it might be a little bit unfair comparing it to us because we have never professed to know what we're talking about. We are far from experts, and God forbid anyone takes any advice that we give and think it's fucking like good idea. You know, that's on you. That's not.
Well, we definitely don't anymore. We keep getting corrected every time I get something wrong. The amount of messages. They're so fucking good. The space one was the best. I think within like 5 minutes of the episode, I'd fucked up like 3 times.
I love the fact that you've just got a friend that's an expert in everything. Whatever we're talking about, you've got a friend who's an expert in it, and they'll always point out where you go wrong.
I've got a guy, mate. I don't need new friends. I've got loads of them. It's good having experts. Yeah. I just need some that know about cars. Anyway, my turn. Car salesman. It made me so fucking angry. I mean, so he's obviously a cunt. He just is. I mean, I'm yet to meet a car salesman who isn't an absolute douchebag. I had it with my last car.
Before you get too into it, can I just ask, is this a private dealer or is it like a showroom sort of style thing? I'm just trying to work out.
It's not a showroom thing. I think he used to have one, but based on the service that I've received, I'm not surprised he doesn't fucking have one anymore.
So like a private trader almost, like.
Yeah. He's got like business cards and shit like that. And every time I spoke to him, he's like, "Look, Sam, I've been in the game for 21 years." And I'm like, okay, to me, that just makes you more of a cunt. That doesn't make you better.
Yeah, how are you still such a fucking moron then?
Yeah, well, okay, so he sold me, I mean, I'm sorry I'm rehashing this over for our regular listeners, but it's really fucking ground my gears this last week because I'm driving my old Deers car and I don't fucking like it. It's too low to the ground. I'm used to being a bit higher up. And also, my elbows touch shit. I don't like that. I just bought a fat person. I bought a fat American's car and I've been relishing that fact. And Now it's fucking broken. I will send Mushu the picture to put up now, in a minute, not now, of the latest fucking adventure. So the brakes were a bit dodgy. I knew they were a bit dodgy from that beautiful subframe problem that I had before. Do you remember it said it had an MOT, beautiful brand new MOT, like wonderfully priced cars, like an MOT for 12 months. That's fucking great. I love that. 2 minors on it, mild corrosion on the front subframe, mild corrosion on the back subframe. Goes into the garage for a warning light that came on after 20 miles. So he'd obviously reset that code before I picked it up. I literally got to the petrol station and it just went bing. Anyway, my garage tells me about that. So I can get it to them. They're having a look. They get it up. They're like, Sam, you need to come around and look at this. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, go around and have a little look. And there's nothing. My subframe is just, you can just put your hands inside it. It's that fucked. Anyway, it goes back and a week later I get it and it's got a brand new subframe on, which is fucking brilliant. Anyway, last week I'd spoken to my garage because they'd pointed out that the back brake was a bit knackered. It should have been on the MOT certificate in their opinion. It probably should have been a fail in their opinion. Anyway, I take it to them because I have a mobile mechanic and I asked him to come and look at it and he looked at it and fucking 2 weeks went by and a motherfucker hadn't got back to me with a quote and I'd called him twice in that time. I was like, yes, Sam, I'll get back to you. I've got the numbers for you. I'll give you a call later. And after the second time, I was like, do you know what? I'm actually going to have to pay you money. I ain't chasing you anymore. I'm going to my actual garage who I really like. I was just trying to do you a favor. Spread your business around amongst the people you know, but yeah, he's lost out because the motherfucker didn't get back to me and he didn't show me the glaringly obvious problem that my garage that I use. Incidentally, they're Black Star Garage. If you're an Eastleigh listener, they're in the Barton Park Industrial Estate and they're fucking brilliant. Free plug from there. They're so fucking good.
It's almost like you think you're going to have to spend money there and you're after a discount or something.
I definitely have to spend money in there, but I do their posts so they don't dick me over. They send me messages when stuff's wrong as opposed to calling me. They call me if there's nothing wrong with it and they text me if there's something wrong with it, so I know how it works now. But yeah, so I drop it there at like 5 a.m, post my keys, go to work. And then I get this call and they're like, Sam, you need to come. Oh, text. They're like, come round and found some more rot. And I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, I go around there and they've got the wheels off, which is what my mobile mechanic would have had to do to work out what was wrong with it. I can see, here's the picture now. As you can see, that subframe has got a fucking 2-inch gap between it. It's not fucking connected up at all. It's not mildly corroded. There's nothing fucking there. It's just a fucking gap from one side. One side's connected to, I suppose, the wheel, and the other side is connected to the other side of the fucking car. I've been driving that for 2 months on the fucking motorway. Are
we not?
Oh, I'm so angry.
Have you not got anything you can do, like in terms of the Sales of Goods Act or anything like that? Like,
oh, I can report the MOT garage who put a fake MOT on my car because I've got all the videos and all the photos on my phone. I can report them to VOSA and they'll probably have their license revoked. But I don't want to do that until my warranty's up because I've got. I think I've got like 2 more weeks left of the warranty and I've already sent it back twice. And do you think if you send a car back to get fixed, the warranty should start again from when you get it? Probably not.
I mean, it would be nice if it did. I don't think it would be a very feasible sort of...
Nah, it probably won't work. Anyway, I've got till the first week of May before this warranty's up. But yeah, so they basically sold me a dodgy car. Anyway, I messaged the guy and I get it back to him. Should have had it back on Friday. Haven't got it back on Friday. Was meant to be getting it on Saturday. Haven't got it back on Saturday. Hopefully, I can go and get it tomorrow. It's not fucking close. It's like 25 miles away. Oh. So I've got to get a lift over there and then drive it back. I'm just like, oh, you fucking... And at some point in the last month or so, he's lost the ability to do hire cars. So I think he's done something shady. But it's obviously his mate, isn't it? It's like he's got a mate who's got a fucking garage.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'll put this dodgy MOT on it. I'll sell it. No cunt's going to buy this to drive 45 miles every single day back and forth. It'll be fine. They'll get past the 3-month warranty, put it in for an MOT, and that mild corrosion all of a sudden is deadly.
But that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's not just a question of being pissed off for the sake of you've been sold a shitty motor. It's the fact that, like you say, you're driving around. What if you got your kids in the car and stuff like that?
So what I fucking said to him, I was like, I've had my kids on the motorway in this fucking car regularly. I was like, what are you playing at? He's like, oh, get it back to me.
You see, that for me, as soon as my kids are in danger, people get fucking angry words coming out then. Because in my eyes, it's not you that's put your kids in danger there, it's him. If anyone puts my kids in danger, they're getting a fucking slap. That's unless it's me, obviously. That's my prerogative, though.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, either way,
I do it.
I don't want to be putting any. Honestly, and he's been a cunt as well. He wasn't there when I dropped it off. It's like conveniently. Oh yeah, sorry, let's go and pop off and get a fucking another car or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, a fucking shock horror you weren't there. And he hasn't called me. He's only sent me text messages because clearly it's fucking awful. But my good garage, that's Black Star Garage. You're welcome. Good ones.
Please do make that distinction.
Yeah, the really good. Oh, I'm not fucking saying his name until I fucking write him a TripAdvisor review or whatever. Where do you review garages?
Probably not Yelp. TripAdvisor unless you're staying there.
Go on a fucking trip if you're playing on his car. Fucking send you off into outer space. They did raise a really interesting point because I saw him the next day and they're like, oh, how was he when he spoke to him? It's like, oh, he wasn't very happy. I was like, but he's probably going to be even more pissed off when he realizes he's forked out about 600 quid in fucking parts and labour to get this thing back on the road. And they're like, yeah, we were talking about this. He's probably actually increased the value of your car by quite a lot fixing both of those subframes. And that's like, oh, if he'd fucking done it in the first place, he could have sold it for fucking more as opposed to putting a dangerous car out.
But are you in a situation now where you're going to have to chase him for the money, or is that...
No, I'm not going to have to chase him for the money. I'm not getting a refund. He's fixing the fucking thing. I'm getting it back.
Under warranty. So they're happy to fix it. They're not going to expect you to get him to...
my garage aren't fixing it. His garage, his dodgy fuckers are fixing it. But I have learnt from the first time that I bought the car off him. I take it as soon as it's done, straight to them, and they then look it over because they're good and actually have some mild level of integrity. I say mild level. I don't know.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. Like, there's me saying, like, don't take our advice, but a very good bit of advice from Sam there. Always get a second opinion from a garage you actually fucking trust.
Yeah, get a garage you fucking trust as well, because that fucking mobile cunt didn't even see the fact the subframe wasn't connected. Fucking I'm never calling that number ever again. He was good if I needed a cowboy, but
so we've got that particular car dealer is going in the Viper pit, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going. What are Vipers like? Mice?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking like, I thought you were asking what are they like, and I was like, well, no, they're not like mice. They're like other snakes, aren't they?
No, but I know they're like other snakes.
What do they like? Yeah, I guess they like mice and small things like that.
Yeah, well, I want to throw something in that's going to really wind them up, and get them proper going. Like if it was a pit of ants, I'd smother him in honey first, and then
so push him in there. Smother him in mice.
Yeah. Maybe try and mongoose it. I haven't really thought it through. Snakes was the first thing I came across.
You could stuff his pockets full of mice, I guess. Have little mouse pouches all over him,
Let's chuck a couple of gerbils up his arse.
You know what? You've just reminded me. Have you heard about this poor guy in San Diego Zoo, the snake handler from San Diego Zoo?
No, but I really want to.
He got bitten by a venomous snake, right? While he was handling it. And there's no anti-venom for this particular snake bite. And he's in hospital now. He's having a really bad time of it, obviously, because the venom like thins the blood. It's a hemoglobin or whatever.
Oh my God.
Whatever they call it. Yeah, so he's currently suffering organ failure and all of that. But San Diego Zoo are like, yeah, we're supporting him all the way. Probably the time for supporting him was before he got bitten by the very, very poisonous snake, which I'm assuming someone at the zoo must have known about. It's not like it just wriggled out. Someone there must have been like, just watch that one. It's really fucking dangerous and there's no anti-venom. Unfortunately, that someone was probably the guy that's now in hospital thinking about
I've got so many questions. Like San Diego Zoo, does PPE not exist? Could you not have given him some gloves? Or one of those bendy sticks?
I was going to say that just one of those big metal sticks, which is like stick around their necks would have, Yeah, I don't know.
I
And
hate snakes, mate. I'm not a big fan. And now I
I
know
don't
there's
mind
one out
snakes.
there that it has no venom. We don't need that. Fuck them off. Chuck them in a pit, fill it full of car salesmen.
Yeah, but then there was another zoo, which I think it's one in. I think it was in England actually. They've discovered a new breed of spider. Um,
Oh God, this isn't getting better, is it?
living within 200 meters of the zoo. They've
Oh, that's
discovered it.
funny.
I mean, how lazy is that? It's like we need a new animal. Ooh, there's one.
We need it. The problem is, there could be millions of different species of spiders out there living in my house, and they will never come to light because when I see one, I kill it and then I get rid of it. I could have made hundreds of different types of spiders just extinct just because I see them and I'm like, we've covered this before, Mushu. They ain't paying rent. Off they trot.
I've stopped killing spiders now. I'm well, I say stop killing them when they jump out on me, or if they're those creepy looking fuckers, then they're dead. Yeah, but like, I mean, I got bitten by a spider the other day. I've moved into a new place, obviously, as you know, and
It's a
first
spider
night.
pit.
Well, I haven't got a bed frame yet. I've literally just got a
Hang on,
mattress.
hang on. Did you find it on the web? Oh, come on.
Oh no, I'm not encouraging that. I'm not encouraging that. What the fuck? That's instantly infuriated me, that joke.
So
Fucking
worth it
maddening.
then.
Yeah, no, but my mattress is currently on the floor, which is something that I hate because it's like you're living in a squat.
Or crept in.
The side effect of that is I got bitten on the hand by this really weird little orange spider. And it was like bright orange, sort of like almost see-through, but bright orange. And it bit me and it hurt and I killed it. This was like a day or two after vowing that I'm not going to kill any spiders in my new place. I'm going to keep them around because they control insects, blah, blah, blah. And then this little fucker comes down and noshes off on my hand. I'm like, fuck that.
I'm just concerned that you've got orange spiders creeping around your place, mate.
Well, that's
I've
the
killed
other
a lot of
reason.
spiders, but they're usually black. Oh, I mean, I am colourblind. They might be orange, I suppose.
No, you would have noticed this was significantly different. Which is another reason it got killed, is because nothing's got the right to be orange unless it's a fox or a red panda or something like that. But fucking spiders, no, stay black.
Yeah.
Brown's all right.
But not white.
I feel like we're sort of diverting into some sort of politics here.
Yeah, possibly. Should we find some more people's requests to go into the snake pit?
I could
some
pop
goodies.
some off the top of my head because I've agreed with a lot of them.
So have I, but it's nice to have the names, isn't there? Who's Clive Whittington? Never heard from him before, but injury claim lawyers. Yeah. Do you get those calls? Oh, Mr. Johnson, I understand that you've had an accident recently.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that when someone rings you up?
I love them. I have a lot of fun with them. I've got a lot of different. Sometimes I go along with it. Once I just screamed. I started talking and then just screamed halfway through it and hung up. The other one, I got a phone call. It was quite a while ago now, but this is my favourite one. They called up and they're like, "Oh, we're calling because our records show that you've had an accident in the past 3 years." I'm like, "It wasn't an accident. I meant to do it, and I'm glad he's dead. I'll do it again."
Oh, that's brilliant.
And then just left it silent for a minute and then hung up. Because I know now that there's some poor lady in a call center somewhere that's like, I think I just discovered a murder that's happened but hasn't been reported and I don't know what to do about it. There must have been an awful conversation with her supervisor. Like, what do I do about this? I just pretend it never happened. Never call that number again. Blacklist it.
Well, I've been thinking about it because I've taken them on wild goose chase. I kept one on the phone for 20 minutes before and ended up saying that I crashed a car into a cruise liner. But I just kept on going and going and going and going and going. And I was like, oh, yeah, the poor. Yeah, I know. It's just that I'm going to see how far I can push it. Oh, Mr. They're super foreign. Oh, Mr. Johnson, that sounds terrible. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I've been thinking about the next one that calls me. I'm hoping that I'm going to be driving, and when they say no, I'm then going to, as long as it's safe to do so, skid to a halt, bang my phone on the dashboard, and pretend to be in a crash and just hold down my horn. I mean, is that not the greatest solution to it ever? Hi there. It was you. Oh no, I haven't.
Oh, okay, now I need help.
Call an ambulance. Is blood supposed to come from your ears?
What's the normal amount of blood to be coming out of my mouth?
Yeah. Maybe I've given that too much thought, but it's big.
I mean, there's an American one. It's quite a famous one. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a cold caller that calls up a guy. I think he's selling like stationery or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy does the perfect wind up, right? Because the mate like calls up and like, "Hi, I'm such and such," and he's like, "Yeah, well, this is Detective such and such from the Florida homicide. How do you know the victim?" And this guy's like, "Oh, no, I don't know the victim." He's like, "No, hang on, don't go anywhere, all right? Where is your office based?" And all this. And he's like, "Well, I'm in Wyoming or something like that." It's like, "Okay, and how do you know the victim exactly?" And he's like, "No, I don't know anything. I'm calling up to sell stuff." And he's like, "Right, okay. I've got officers on their way to your office now. You're going to need to speak to them because as of this moment, you're a suspect in a homicide." And all this. And this guy shits himself. It is done so well. And the guy's like, "You're sending people to my office?" Oh, what? Honestly, I don't know anything about. He's almost in tears. And it's brilliant. It's such a good wind up.
That's awesome.
Part of me feels a little bit bad because everyone's got to work. I know everyone needs a job and stuff like that. But then I think if I was offered a job where they said, like, "We want you to call up people and scam them out their money," I'd be like,
yeah,
not for me, really. I'd rather, if I'm going to rob someone, I'm more of a face-to-face kind of guy, But
if nobody did that job would go away.
That is the nail on the head. It is about as essential as a fucking chocolate fireplace. It's there's like you say, if nobody did it, no one would miss it.
No one would miss it. I mean, it would become robots. I get a lot of them robots calling me. The second I hear a robot voice, if it's legit or not, I hang up. I don't even entertain it. If my bank or the government or the tax office, any of those motherfuckers ring me and they use a robot, hear me now. I'm hanging up on you.
You know what? You make a good point there, and you've just made me think of something. One of my pet hates is when you get a phone call. You answer the phone and they're like, "Hello there, this is such and such calling from HSBC. We need to talk to you about your account. Can I just confirm your full name and postcode?" No,
you're calling me, motherfucker.
Yeah, you've confirmed my phone number. That's enough. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't call up and ask you for personal details. Fuck off.
Yeah, it gets right on my tits as well.
Oh no, we need to do it for security. It's not security. If anyone can ask me that question, if anything, it's the opposite of security. It's insecurity.
Well, I mean, I don't feel worried about the way I look when they ask me it, so I'm not sure it's that kind of insecurity.
So fashion conscious. I'm like, oh god, I look so fat for this conversation.
Oh god, I'm in white again.
Oh no, I'm wearing the same pants. Yeah, no, it just annoys me. But I'm happy to throw them in the Viper pit as well. Yeah, we'll chuck them in.
I'm interested to know, listeners, if you want to comment on either Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, go YouTube. We'll go YouTube because we haven't asked for comments on there in a little while.
Yeah.
How, given the option, would you wind up telesales people or insurance company people? I want to hear them because that army story you just said there. That's great. You winded them up. Again, I've got one planned, but the more the merrier.
Oh
let's fuck them up.
I mean, let's come up with a nice big pool of ideas that we can all use. And you know what? If you get an army of people all on the wind up, sooner or later they're just going to get fucked off of it. It's like, you know what? Let's stop calling people because everyone just treats us like dickheads.
Oh my god, yeah! Let's start a campaign. We'll get GoFundMe sorted. Well, maybe not a GoFundMe, but whatever. A petition. Let's fuck them all up. Right, what else have we got? Sorry, my battery's low, so it keeps locking as opposed to staying over. Politicians.
Yes, I'm fairly sure it says politicians.
It does. I didn't want to correct it because I've had spats with Tracy before about correcting English, and it's an argument I can't win.
I'm more than happy to correct it because some of us go around calling ourselves authors, and I think it's only right that those people should be able to spell, Tracy. But to be fair, she hasn't got a proofreader. I'm pretty sure they all need them. So yeah, politicians. That would have been my answer, definitely, because, like I say, I'm not a big fan of rounding people up by their occupations or anything like that. But from what I can tell, I've never seen an honest politician. I think the last honest person in Parliament was Guy Fawkes.
True.
So yeah, I'm more than happy to throw them in.
So if we were going to throw politicians into the snake pit, do you think maybe we should do it one at a time, spread over a long period of time, so that way they can see the error of their ways? Because although they are a bunch of shyster cunts, I feel like they probably do serve a purpose that I don't want to deal with. Like, I'm not a big fan of taxes, but I love the idea of healthcare and education and police and fire brigades and, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't mind someone being in charge of that because I don't want to. I don't want to fucking do it. I'm very handy today.
But they need to stop being so self-serving, you know.
Yeah.
Things that infuriate me are things like when you've got a Commons vote for increasing pay for firefighters after things like the Grenfell disaster and stuff like that. And you've got 4 MPs sitting in the whole of the Houses of Parliament. 3 of them are asleep. And then literally a couple of days later, there was a vote for pay for MPs.
Oh, yeah.
Rammed. Couldn't be more interested. And they've decided, get this, guys. They've all got together and they've decided that they need more money. Who could have seen that coming? Fuck. I mean, could you imagine if every boss did that? Just walked up to you, Sam, in my office, please, mate. I've been having a think. Do you think you need more money? It's time to do pay reviews. Do you think you need more money? I mean, you're not going to sit there.
Yeah, please, boss.
No, I'm all right, actually. I quite like struggling for sort of to survive in an everyday sort of way. That's quite nice.
Yeah, nothing makes me happier than working 7 days a week, boss. Yeah. Nah, keep it low. Hey, how about this? Give yourself a 10% up. I don't mind.
I think when it comes to anything to do with the welfare and the pay of politicians, it should be out of the hands of the politicians and put in the hands of the public.
Fucking right. Absolutely right.
Because
before.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all up for giving politicians more money if they earn it. If they are making sensible decisions which better the public, but they don't. They make decisions which better rich people, and they make decisions which better themselves, and then they turn around and decide that they need a pay rise for doing that.
Honestly,
how arrogant can you get?
And it's the size of the pay rises they get as well. I said 10% a minute ago, and it genuinely is. It's like every time they get a pay rise, it's like 10%. Since working at the post office, I've been very lucky. Our union are really good. They have fought for us to get pay rises. I mean, the job is not what it once was, like in any way, shape, or form. But I've been getting 1% pay rises here and there. But they're 1% pay rises. Then you look at the politicians, and almost every year they're like, "Oh well, we need this 10% pay rise. Those ducks aren't getting paid for. They're not subsidised anymore. Can't claim them back, can we? Need a little new house for them to roost in."
Cost me a fortune on petrol just driving between my 3 homes.
Yeah,
you know, it really, really does aggravate me, and I love the idea of throwing them in. I would put them in order of most useless to least useless, and the most useless goes in first. Everyone gets to watch it, and the next day, right, who's next in line? And I guarantee by the time you get to the least useless person, they would be fucking well good at their job. They would be making all the right decisions.
Yeah, well, I'm throwing Boris in first just because his hair offends me and I think he's an embarrassment. He's the face of our fucking country and he looks like he's trying to... Oh, I don't even know what he looks like. He looks like he's an inflated sausage with a wig on.
You know what? Every now and then, primary schools do little role plays of like weddings or something like that. It looks like they've done a primary school role play and just picked some little chubby fat kid like who always gets left out. And it's like, you know what? You can be the prime minister this time in this one. He's like, okay, yeah. And he's a strange fish. You know, I'm not gonna. We always say we won't go too far into politics and all of that, but you know, I'm not doing his job, so I don't want to comment too much on it. But from what I can tell, he's a fucking moron. But
yeah, I second that. I've got no love for him at all.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just a cock, isn't
opinion. That's just my opinion as a human on another human. If I saw him in the street, if I saw him in Weatherspoons, I'd be like, oh, look at that cock.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it reminds me a bit of the Russian firing squads. I don't know if I've been into this before, but they do firing squads so well, and they do it the right way.
I really need to know this. Continue, please.
They had it was from an interview with someone that was on death row in Russia somewhere. I don't know that they're all like this, but in this interview, he was saying how daily, every day, every morning after breakfast, all the prisoners on death row would be led out, and they'd be sat down or stood up or whatever it was in a sort of squash court, and they get led in there, stood there, and then you get armed soldiers come along over the top of the squash courts, aim at them, take aim, ready, as you were, and then they all come, like, put down and walk off until the day they don't and they fire. Right, so what you've got,
bloody hell, Mooshy, that's a bit fucking harsh, isn't it? You'd be shitting your pants all the time.
These are people who have that, you know, you don't get on death row for well, generally you don't get on death row for nothing. Yeah,
I mean, they could just say fuck the motherland, surely. Like, you speak badly of motherland?
Possibly.
Off with your head.
But offences aside, let's assume that people that are in there have done something which earns them to be in there.
Oh, what, are they all pedos?
Mate,
I love it.
Why not? Why not? For the sake of this, why not? Make them sweat. Yeah, you don't know when it's coming. Morning, could be your last, might not be. What are you having for breakfast tomorrow? Nothing. Or are you? I love it. I love the uncertainty of it. It really keeps people on edge. And I can't imagine sleep being very easy to come by at all there.
Well, if it's every, what was it? Is it like every morning? Is it like they have breakfast?
I think it was daily. They say. I read it quite a long time ago. It could have been weekly, but it was it's regularly they would get brought out to this thing.
I reckon that afternoon, after they said "as you were," probably the best day of those people's lives, repeatedly, like, oh, thank fuck for that.
Yeah, I mean, the plumbing's going to take a batter in about lunchtime, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the washing machines.
Yeah, but
the newbies, he pissed himself, didn't he?
Yeah, but for some reason, throwing politicians into a snake pit one by one just reminds me very much of that. You know.
Yeah, well, I love the politicians. Or what was? How did she spell it? Politicals.
Politians.
Politians. They should definitely go to the snake pit. But I do think one by one, just to give them a chance to, be good, get good, if you will.
Get good.
If we're being, get good. So thanks, Tracy.
Another one that got a couple of mentions was estate agents, wasn't it?
You know what? It's funny because estate agents is the reason I asked this question, not because of the shitty cunt car salesman wank-faced bitch that sold me my fucking car. I was having a chat with a friend of mine about estate agents because a good friend of mine put an offer in on a house, and then they came back immediately and said, "Oh, someone's put a higher offer in." And one of my more cynical tinfoil hat wearing friends was like, "Yeah, because there's definitely somebody putting a higher offer in. They're not just trying to bump it up so they get more commission." And then we just proceeded to abuse estate agents and a few other people after that. But yeah, I think estate agents, I'm quite happy to not do what we're doing with politicians and to just literally all push them all in at once. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, no, why not? They live their life in a competitive market. You might as well carry that out when you're shoving them in a snake pit. You can either carry on going how you're going, be all self-centered and after your own interests, or you can work together and actually probably get out the snake pit. It's up to you.
It gives them a slightly fighting chance, doesn't it? If there's 10 of them in there, one might die, but the other 9 might get out.
Let's not fucking beat around the bush. I'm going to be at the top kicking them back in, but it doesn't matter. At least they've made the effort.
I'm going to be at the top of a brush. brushing them with honey and throwing ants at them.
But I can't. Let me get the comments up, because I know someone suggested estate agents, and then someone else has just gone a bit.
I'll find the names.
Yeah, someone else has clarified a little bit and said lying estate agents.
Yeah. That's Alex and Deborah.
I was going to say, I think it was Alex that said the lying estate agents, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that is much more specific.
It is, yeah. I mean, are estate agents a necessity?
What, these days?
I don't think they are.
Zoopla. I mean, is that how you say it, or is it Zoopla? Zoopla. Yeah, I mean, you can put it on an app. I mean, if you can
fucking that sort of thing.
Purple bricks, yeah, exactly. You don't need an estate agent. I mean, you certainly don't need one who's taking 1% of the price. You think about the bonuses they get. You sell houses are fucking expensive now. You sell a £300,000 house and you get just 1%. That's $3,000. For doing nothing apart from wearing a suit.
Fuck all, yeah. And what I've found with them, every dealing I've had with estate agents, is there's a kind of air of arrogance, like they're kind of better than you because they're the ones selling you the house. Which
exactly
is so backwards to me. It's like, no, that means you're reliant on my money. So pipe the fucking attitude down, and I might actually part with some. But while you're being like this, in your winkle pickers and your fucking sharp iron trousers, straight in, fuck them.
Yeah, they always dress like, what would be the right word? Cunts, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I've used it about 19 times. I need a quota. They've always got the massive Windsor knot, like they're still wearing their fucking school ties wrong. I mean, someone once told me when I was in a job that I had to wear a tie, a gentleman's tie should reach his belt. That stuck with me, and to this day, if I'm wearing a tie, it will go to my belt. It's none of this fucking halfway up bullshit. It's never tucked in. They've never got a knot that's basically wanting to be a bow tie. It's just a fucking tie.
Isn't it that's one of the rules of like the etiquettes of suit wearing, isn't it? Like your tie should reach just below the belt line, like just sort of below your waist. You have a thumb's width of shirt showing up beyond your blazer collar.
Yeah,
fucking hell.
Suit jacket, if you will. I mean, I don't know
this is why I don't wear suits.
I was going to say, it may or may not be clear. Suit wearing, not exactly my forte.
No.
Yeah.
Every time I put a suit on, I just look like the fat guy, like a fat guy who's trying to make an effort for a date, if you would.
Oh my God.
I've never had a tailored suit. All my suits are always sort of like they look all right at one bit, and then the other bit they're either stretched to breaking point or they're so baggy you could fit another person in. I don't know why. I must be so abnormal shaped.
I'm shipping with that so bad, Moshe. That's me. It's the only place I go to buy suits, and I don't even know if it's still open. I always go to Burton's because it feels like a classy shop. And I've been in there before, and I always find either a gay man. There used to be a really good gay fella who worked in the local branch that I'd go to, and I don't care if he was trying to touch me up. I genuinely don't, because I knew full well that he wanted me to look as fucking good as I could possibly look. Or an older lady who wouldn't bullshit. Last time I bought a suit, I was like, I really need a suit. I don't want a black one, but I do technically have to wear it to a funeral, so it can't be too zazzy. And she's like, what size are you? And I was like, I ain't got a fucking clue. I don't buy suits. I'm in there in like camouflage trousers and a hoodie, not white. And she sorted me right out. But yeah, Burton's is where I go, and it feels classy, but I know it's still just off the rack.
It's like it's like a classy joint for working class people, isn't it? It's, what I'd love to do is go to. Have you seen these places that are just like lockups in Taiwan? It's literally like garages where.
And they just make it, don't they?
And you walk in, measurements. Measure it up and make it there and then for you. And
like, silk suit. Could you imagine how sexy you'd feel in that, Mushu?
You know what? I bought a suit for a fancy dress party some time ago, and it was that awful, like shiny sort of material. It had
like my curtains.
Exactly like that, yeah. And
nice.
I bought it as a piss take, and I fucking loved it.
awesome. That is
I
so
wore
awesome.
I wore it to a job interview once. Clearly, I walked in and I could see in their face, they're like, "You are not getting this job, mate."
Oh,
I didn't even
it's
care.
brutal.
I didn't even care.
Was it like the film Step Brothers when they're going for the job interviews and they turn up in tuxedos with is it Seth Rogen? Yeah, it's Seth Rogen. And he's like, "Well, you guys seem cool. I mean, I'm just looking for decent people to hang out with," and then they fart and it all goes away. That sort of piss take, I love that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
well, it was part of a fancy dress costume, and I think the idea is genius because my partner at the time, she was only like about 5 foot. Obviously, I'm a big lad, so she went as Danger Mouse, and I went as Penfold.
That's great. That's well good.
Hence the shiny suit. It was like real bright blue as well.
Oh, amazing. But yeah, I tell you what, if I win the lottery, I'm going to get a tailored suit. Actually, if I win the lottery, Mushi, I'm going to pay for you to have a tailored suit as well.
Oh, cheers, mate. I can get my
have a
balls
day out,
juggled
go get
in
Five
Burton's.
Guys. Yeah, no, they don't juggle your balls in Burton's. They just want to. Which side do you dress, sir? Left or right? Well, I'm right in the middle at the moment, mate.
I'll be like, you can decide.
Yeah.
As long as I walk out of here looking sharp, crack on.
I mean, where's the mystery in answering that question, sir? Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, estate agents. I once rented a flat, and you know, like when you're desperate for a flat, so you just sort of have to take what you get.
I was calling it very well.
Yeah, I know you do. I went to see this flat, and this is another thing that really pissed me off. We were shown around it by this suit-wearing hobbit child. He must have been 18. He can't have been older than 18. He's there giving it all the big, it's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, mate, clearly I'm fucking desperate. I'm going to be taking this regardless. I just want to make sure it doesn't smell of dog shit and that the lights fucking work. Just the usual things.
Yeah.
It's like my place that I've got now, brilliant, because COVID was happening. So I was on the phone to the person renting it out, and they just unlocked it for me to get in, and they just, they're like, "Oh, you're in the lounge, you're in the kitchen," and it's like, "Oh, do you mind if I turn taps on and stuff?" I'm like, yeah, absolutely brilliant, perfect. I don't need some snotty-nosed little teenage fuckface trying to sell me a place that I know I'm going to have to fucking take because it's the only thing in my price bracket and I need to move immediately.
Don't you find it kind of annoying though that, like, with COVID, it's kind of shown that estate agents don't really do a lot. If you can do it, if you can show me the place without actually going in there, what's the point of you? Because you're talking me through it like, now you're in the kitchen. Thanks. I probably would have worked that out at some point. When I tried sleeping in the sink or something. Like, this isn't a bedroom. Hang on. Oh, this is the kitchen. What are they doing? I don't need someone to label rooms for me or anything like that.
So where do I shit then? Just in the lounge? Does it come with a commode? No. In the fucking toilet? Oh, okay, right. Well, that's simple enough. I think I can work this out, mate. Cheers.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't fathom a single time I need an estate agent to show me around a house unless it has secret rooms.
Yeah.
Actually, that's it. Secret rooms. Can you think of anything else?
History. If it's got history. This is the room where Queen Elizabeth II, like, I don't know, tripped over and busted a tooth or something. I want to know that shit.
That's a tour guide, mate. Estate agents can't do that. They're all just normal people who
that's true.
Have nice cars and wear a suit.
I think one of the most annoying things for me about estate agents is when you do actually need information from them and they never have it.
Yeah, true that.
I don't think there's one occasion when I've been walking through a place I've been being shown and I'm like, where's the phone point? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Is there radiators in every room? I don't know. I can look around. I'm asking you the questions because I want a quick answer. I want someone that knows about the property. If I was an estate agent and someone could ask me anything, has it got coax point? No coax point, but it has got satellite. That's what you need from an estate agent. Straight, simple answers. Yeah, there's a coax point over there, but you will need a long thing because the only sensible place to put a TV is in that corner there. But you could run a cable up and over. All this sort of stuff. That's what I'd like.
I'm worried, Mushu. In your massive, very eclectic job history, have you in fact been an estate agent? because you're giving off a estate agent spiel better than any estate agent that I've ever fucking dealt with, because you were right. This is the kind of bullshit I need and want to hear. It's not like, oh yeah, windows. No fucking shit, mate. I can see out of them.
No, I actually haven't. I have been for a job interview for an estate agent's though.
Were you not pretty enough?
Which I almost definitely not. No, but I have to say it was by far the most fun job interview I've ever been on. It was just
really?
great. Yeah, I turned up. It was a place in Cowes, which is on the Isle of Wight, if you don't know. I've turned up and they're like, basically, we've got the oldest building in Cowes is currently up for sale. Here's a very expensive digital camera. You've got 45 minutes. There's the key to the property. Go let yourself in. I want you to take pictures and write up a sales spiel for it. Yeah. And it was fucking
That's
brilliant.
really cool.
And it's the old lighthouse. It was the old lighthouse thing. The old lighthouse keeper's house, which was the first property built in Cowes. And I just loved it because I love poking around places. When I was a bailiff, I loved poking around houses and stuff like that. So yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was creepy as fuck because I know it's the oldest building like in the village, and there was a lot of noise going on within the house, which I was in alone. So I spent the large majority of it shitting myself, but I think it was the fact that some people are born with a natural talent for photography, and some people are born to take photos of their thumb. Unfortunately, I'm the latter. I think most of the photos were blurry. I think one of them I had my whole forehead in, which was it had a beautiful room, right? It was 3 floors high, and the top floor was in a roof. It was in a sort of apex loft sort of thing. But you go down and you open the door at the end, and there's this big square sort of greenhouse, almost conservatory area on the roof, just overlooking the Solent. And fucking beautiful. If I had the money to buy the house, I'd buy it on that room alone. And so I thought, this is the selling point for the house. You know, it's obvious to me. I'm not an estate agent, but this is the selling point for the house. This needs a photo. So I've gone up. I've gone up in the corner first of all, and I'm like, I can't get up enough to give a decent size, like scale.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I stand underneath and turn the camera around, then I can get it right up against the wall and get the whole view. So I've done that. And when she showed me the photo, I literally had from there up of my forehead obscuring the entire view. She's like, I mean, they're not the best photos. The write-ups are pretty good, but we do need the whole package. And I'm like, you know what? I've just given you a photo of my head. I'm quite happy walking out of this interview now.
Oh, shit. Oh, I laughed so hard I went rocking.
Yeah, but no, never actually done the job. And I'm kind of glad now. I think my level of integrity is too high, and I don't want to be thrown into a snake pit.
No, because you would be. You'd be straight in there. Yeah, estate agents straight in the fucking pit for me. I don't fucking like them, Mushi. No, I don't like them at all.
It's kind of it's another pointless job, isn't it? If there wasn't estate agents, we'd still fucking get on all right. Well, I mean,
I feel like they're also part of the problem.
You know, you've got you generally involve solicitors in the whole buying and selling of houses.
Yeah, they get a lot of money for it as well, mate. They get like 1,500 quid to do whatever the fuck they do. And I know that paperwork is very important, but I mean, is it 1,500 quid's worth of important for a couple of signatures?
I don't know, but I'm almost certain that it encompasses the role, like everything that an estate agent says that is an essential part of their job. I'm pretty sure it's encompassed by the solicitor's job anyway. And effectively, all the estate agent does is show you around the place, which we've already established. Unless you've got no eyes, ears, or sense of touch, you can probably do yourself.
Yeah, probably. Well, how about this? Not solicitors. I mean, you definitely have a purpose. So you need good ones of you kicking around. And I'm not even contemplating suggesting throwing them into a snake pit.
Hell no.
Because might need those at some point. But estate agents. Fuck you. Get in a pit. I was going to say get in contact, tell us why you're worthy, but you're not. You're a piece of shit. Fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you are an estate agent and you're listening, in fact, if you're any of these jobs who are going in the pit and you're listening, feel free to defend yourselves. And I might might just drop down a little ladder for you to get back out the pit, but don't hold your fucking breath because chances are you're a prick. So we've established that estate agents are firmly going in the thing. Who's next? Where are we going next then?
Should we just lighten it up, or should we do because we haven't done one for a few weeks? Should we do some pacifist pick? Do a couple of clips. We'll just do it right now, then we can come back to Into the Snake Pit in a minute.
Smash through it, yeah, and then get on with some more suggestions. So, where are we then? I've got to work out how to use the computer.
Couple of weeks,
again.
you forget how to technology.
I've forgotten everything. My whole life is a lie. So, first up is one of yours, Sam, I believe. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is like one of those AMSR things, but I find this sort of shit really satisfying.
Look at them go.
Yeah, I know, right? So for our listeners, as opposed to our viewers, this is a hydraulic press. It's got a point, and there was just a stack of coins, and now it's a flat one. And the point one, it just shot them off. But coins are strong.
Oh,
really strong. Oh, just look at it. It's like it's turning them into liquid, which I mean, I suppose it probably is. The friction's probably mental.
I mean, it's almost definitely probably welded them together now. Friction welded them, isn't it? But
yeah, probably. Well, we'll see. Because it's mental, isn't it?
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, you don't have to play anymore. I do think. Oh yeah, look, there you go. He picks one up. Look how fucking flat those bastards are.
That's crazy. I think if I had one of them, I would be on it all day long.
I have nothing left.
It's like that kid. Have you seen that kid that's got that thing? Does it blend? He's got his YouTube channel. Does it blend? He just fucking throws everything in a blender. Nokia 2210. Does it blend? They don't, by the way.
I saw him blend an iPad.
Yeah.
And when they first came out, he blended an iPad. I was like, you bastard! There's like a shortage of these in the world, and you're whizzing one up in an industrial blender that you should be making soup in. Unbelievable.
Such waste. It's like today we've got the original vaccine for coronavirus. Does it blend? It's like no, inject someone with it.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
too late.
Sorry for the side tangent, but did you see there was a performance artist in, I think it was Denmark or somewhere like that, who he wanted to do he wanted to get an insight into how people think and the mentality behind like people. So he left 10 blenders outside the front of the town hall. Each one had a goldfish in it swimming around. And he just wanted to see if people would push the buttons or not.
Well, was the button red? Because if it's red, it gets pressed.
I think it got shut down by the police for animal cruelty fairly quickly before any of the buttons got pushed. Yeah.
That's such performance art is such a weird one, isn't it? Because I was going to say, as you say, did you see the performance artist in Denmark? I was going to go, I can categorically say, no, I fucking didn't, Mushu. because as a rule, that sort of shit just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
That, on the other hand, oh God. I mean,
would you?
I can't say I wouldn't. Is that bad? That's bad, isn't it? That's really bad.
Yeah, that's very bad. I would definitely categorically say I wouldn't because I don't like to animals.
I can't say I wouldn't.
I mean, psychopath.
I don't know. Does that make me? But I'd eat fish soup. I mean, it's would it survive? That's the thing. It's like if you pressed it because it can swim. What if I just went? Just made a little whirlpool, just made it go round.
It's a pet, isn't it? It's not like a domestic fish that you'd eat. Are they domestic? I don't know. But like, it's not killed humanely for food. Are they killed humanely? I don't know.
Fish are caught by a fucking net or a hook. A hook is bad enough.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like right now. Okay, right this very second, if there was a blender in front of me filled with water and a fish and a button that says on, I can guarantee I wouldn't turn it on. But I'm not saying after a really bad day, I walk along and I just see 10 in a row that I just don't go click, 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 click.
Push them all. That's even worse. Not just one. Like pushing people out of the way. Get out of the way. I don't.
Yeah, it's mine, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like I don't want to hurt the fish, but I mean, I don't not want to press that button. It's bad. I mean, I'm so glad I wasn't there. Yeah, as I say, right now, definitely don't want to, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't press it. Would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't push it.
It's a goldfish. I mean, I definitely couldn't do a kitten.
No, I mean,
that's under no circumstances could I do that. But a goldfish.
To be fair, every goldfish I've had has died very shortly after I've had it. So I'd probably just expedite in the whole system by pushing the button. But I'd like to think that my morals would stop me. You know, when you see their little face. Yeah,
it doesn't know what's going on, does it? It's only got an 8-second memory, and those blenders are fucking quick.
Less than 8 seconds when you turn that bad boy on.
I tell you what, and you know those toilets that do the noise when you flush them. They're for like basements and shit.
Yeah,
it's not a lot different from that, is it?
No, I guess not.
I've never seen a warning on one of them saying "Do not put goldfish down it."
I've always thought like airport toilets, like aeroplane toilets, they'd be good to flush a goldfish down because it's like instantly changed from a fish to a bird. One minute they're swimming around like, and then
isn't that a myth?
And they're flying.
I thought that was a myth. They don't drop turds out over the sea. You don't flush it. It doesn't go straight out, does it? I think it uses the suction from the plane to pull it down. But I'm pretty sure that when planes are flying overhead, lumps of turd aren't getting dropped. Otherwise, people would have been hit by lumps of turd.
There is stories of people that have been hit by human waste falling out of. Normally, it's piss javelins. I remember reading a 14
piss javelins.
Yeah,
that's the worst. That's so much worse than a turd.
Yeah, fucking stabbed to death by a piss javelin. Put that on your death certificate.
Jesus Christ. You got Zeus's angry stepbrother. He can't throw bolts of lightning, so he throws bolts of piss.
Zeus's homeless mate. Yeah, no, I remember reading in the 14 Times always had a strange death section, and that someone got stabbed by a piss javelin there.
Bloody hell.
I don't know if you're in the aviation trade. Let us know. Do you drop turds out the planes? Or I know that in the Second World War they used to open the bomb bay doors. The British pilots used to open the bomb bay doors and all shit through them, and they used to call it Scheißerflieger in German. They'd just be having frozen turds just rain down on their cities.
Mushi, do you remember the bucket list episode? That, what you've just said there, has just made it onto mine. I would love to
shitting out of a Bombay door.
Yeah, I didn't know it was called a Bombay door in the first place. But yeah, that, I have never heard of such a thing. And I'd be a bit worried about the air pressure blowing it back up into me. But where would I do it though? What country? Yeah, so it'd probably freeze. That'd make a splash, wouldn't it? Well, not a splash.
It would have to be the States, wouldn't it? You'd have to go and drop one over the White House or something like that, or our country,
make a brown house.
Parliament. Yeah, big skid mark right down the front. Anyway,
Skid Row. There you go. I'll just do it at Skid Row. It's already the name.
One more skid. Shall we move on to the next video? This is
sidetrack. Yeah,
this is one of mine, and both of mine are animal related actually this week. But this one is one of by far my favorite type of animal. And they're just so much fun.
Is it a panda?
No.
What the? Oh, it's a goat.
Not just any goats. They're fainting goats.
Oh, fainting goats are awesome. Why do they do that?
When they get startled, the legs go out and they're just like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Oh shit! I wouldn't. I can't say I wouldn't blend that one either. What's happening? This video is terrible.
Is it? It looks all right on mine.
Yeah.
I'll
stop it. Garbage on mine.
I'll stop it there just in case it's a terrible recording or something. But yeah, basically,
it might be good at your end, but
fainting goats, just amazing. One second they're all happy as Larry, and the next minute legs are out, rock solid, rolling around all over the place. And for our listeners, one of them just rolled into a paddling pool, which is amazing.
I saw that bit.
Yeah.
It just looked like stills to me, though. It was just lots of individual stills as opposed to any kind of movement.
Oh, well, hopefully it translates. If not, it's not just the listeners that are missing out, it's the viewers as well. Marvelous. It's nice we can encompass it all.
It's crazy, though, from an evolution standpoint, that those animals are still fucking alive.
Well,
isn't it? I mean, if they were out in the wild, yeah, but goats are notorious for climbing hills and shit, aren't they? Or mountains in particular. And if they were to get startled, like there's a clap of lightning, they're like, oh, fuck, let's go tumbling down a fucking hill like those frogs.
Those frogs. So good.
Those stupid ass frogs.
Yeah. Every time you get scared,
Yeah.
you're back at step one. Brilliant. Right. Look, moving on then. We've got second one of yours, I think.
Okay, I don't know which one it is.
It already looks fun.
Oh, yeah, this is great. This is water slide fails.
Oh,
it's... Okay. Oh,
you want to hurry up? You want to hurry up?
Oh, this is great. We don't have to talk. Oh, it all went wrong.
Oh, there he goes.
Straight off the edge.
Oh,
look how far the dog goes. He just goes miles.
Bless it.
Yeah, here we go.
Now this sort of thing, you deserve to be hurt.
Is this the surfboard on the down one?
Yeah.
Look at that. Some dad, he's trying to relive his glory days. Actually, it wasn't as bad as it looked. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, he missed it altogether, didn't he? Oof. Whoa. Oh, he's gonna have some road rash. I think we should stop this, Moosh, because it's lagging out on my one again.
Right.
Maybe they're a bit too long. If you shut the other windows, if they're still buffering it should ease up, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine so. It sounds like technology to me, but yeah,
who knows?
Slides. Do you remember? Like, I don't know about you, but when I was young, like Butlins was the big thing. Like for water parks, if you're going to a water park in this country, it's going to be Butlins or somewhere like that. Bognor Regis for me.
Yeah, because they've. Yeah, Bognor Butlins. I went there for Daisy's 3rd birthday, so like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Still pretty good.
But there was always a rumor. There's always a rumor that some Butlins somewhere or some water park, somebody had been down the water slide and put razor blades down it. So the next person who went down got all cut up and all of that. And it terrified me. It genuinely terrified me for a long time. Until I thought, like, how the fuck, like when I'm going down a water slide, I'm genuinely just an uncontrollable mess of arms, legs, and screaming. How I would stop myself to put razor blades in the gaps, it's just not possible. You know.
I've never heard of one of those, and it genuinely sounds terrible. It sounds like how you escape the saw house. You're like, you've done really well, but you've got to go down the razor slide.
Yeah, I'm not saying the slide was designed with razors. I'm saying that somebody had been down it and put razors in it as a sort of practical joke stroke attempted murder. Yeah, but it genuinely terrified me. But I love a water slide. Have you seen? It's no secret that I like my VR and my games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then now there's a place in Spain, I think it is, which is now combining VR headsets with water slides. And you put it on, and there's like different programs that you can do. So you're like sliding down like ravines and stuff like that in the middle of the Canadian Rockies and shit like that. And
that's kind of cool.
That is me, because they've got one of those, you know, the water slides which have you sort of come out into a big, almost like round room, and you slide around and then go down the plug hole into another water slide.
They've got one of them at Butlins in Bognor at the moment, and trying to come out of one of them feet first, next to impossible.
Yeah, like I say, my level of control when I'm in the water anyway is not great. I'm not by any means a water fairy, unfortunately. I generally like to float. I just float and get pushed back in when I wash up on the shore.
You're a lazy river man, aren't you? Give me my pina colada and my rubber ring, and I'm going to lazy river the day away.
That's a lot more up my street. A lot more.
I love a water park. They did sort of lose their appeal a little while ago. When I was 13, I was living out in America, and my brother came out for a month or two, with like an extended long summer holidays during his GCSE year, and for childcare, my mum bought us season passes to the local water park. So she would drop us off there at like 9 o'clock in the morning, go to work, and then pick us up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which incidentally, people, I don't recommend as a form of childcare, but it was the early 90s. So things were very different. And it was in Arkansas. Yeah. And I mean, it was all right. There were loads of lifeguards there. And for the first couple of weeks, it was incredible. But then you start getting bored of all of the exciting things. And there was still to this day one ride which I never went on. It was the vertical drop. You know, it's just a fucking vertical drop. And it was probably the better part of 100 feet up, maybe more. And when you came down, you were going so fucking fast. You shot along for probably 100 meters, just skimming along the water. And I never went on it. I was like, fuck that. And that was for months and months we were going to this place. Yeah, and it was good, but it did lose its appeal after the 900th time of going.
I guess it's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you always see these people that are super into water parks and they're like, oh, I go every day or something like that. And you just think, like, surely you just must have no imagination if you still find it fun after like 20 years of doing it or something like that. But
well, the problem is you start getting naughty, don't you? You start getting like thrill seeking, if you will. By this point, we knew all the lifeguards because we're in bumfuck Idaho, well, Arkansas, and me and my brother are the two English kids there, and we're there every single fucking day. And I've also, at this point in time, I've had my mum cut my hair with clippers, thinks she can cut hair because she's got clippers, and realise she can't fucking cut hair, so had to or like, which is to this day, it's only ever happened once, and it was off that. I fucking hated it. But yeah, so we got to know all of the lifeguards. There were a couple of times like she dropped us off. We go in and they're like, "Oh, the park shuts at 11 today, so we've got a private function all afternoon and all evening." And we're like, "Fuck!" They're like, "It's all right. Go to the lazy river. We'll shut down. You guys can stay." So we're just wandering around at a private function of this entire place. But yeah, it was like, you know, when you go down the flumes and you've got to go, it's like you let one person go and then you wait 30 seconds. Yeah. Well, it was one of those things that we'd be like, he'd go and then I'd follow straight after. Like a second later, I'd be straight down. So we're like racing to try and crash into each other. It's all of that and go down the... Yeah, nothing you can fucking do. My chunky ass is sliding down behind you. It's going to be a bundle. Or better yet, you go down, you wait the 30 seconds, but you put your arms out, you hold yourself so you crash in the middle.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, we did the best one. The other problem with them is most of them require a fuckload of walking. There was this really good rapids thing where you'd get a rubber ring and you'd walk for seemingly 27 miles to get to the top of this place, and then you'd go in one pool, you'd go down a slide, you go in another pool, then you could pick one left or right, and it'd go into another pool and so forth. So we did that basically all day, trying to work out the fastest way to do it. And we found that if you let the air out, you go faster, but if you let too much air out as you go over the lip, you crush your bollocks. Because there's no padding to keep you off, is it?
No, that kind of sounds like the sort of lesson you learn once and learn it well.
Yeah, learn it the once. And the problem is when you crush your bollocks on a water slide going face first down on a rubber ring, you crush your bollocks and you scream out in pain, and then you face plant into water, so that all goes in as well. yeah, basically, like, look, not too late, go put some more air in this one. Yeah, I am a sucker for a water park. I think they are great fun, much more because I don't like theme parks. I think roller coasters are shit. I don't like them.
Fair enough. I don't mind either. I'm not a big fan of water parks. I'm not a massive fan of theme parks, but I'll do both. It doesn't bother me too much.
Aren't you a hero?
Oh, I just right. Another animal. Another great animal clip here coming up. I hope this one works for you because this is brilliant.
Yeah, it has been sketchy this evening.
I'm hoping it's just on your end.
Fingers crossed. What the fuck is that? Sheep gets stuck in a trench and jumps back.
That is a sheep. Look, he's rescued it. It's happy as Larry.
Yeah, jumps out. No, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, that did work, Lucy. I love it. That animal needs to get eaten.
Yeah, that guy is kind of living what my life is like at the moment. Like you think you've solved one little disaster and then it just fucking turns into another one.
Oh my God, that was outstanding.
It's great. I mean, just how dejected that guy looked when he walked over. He didn't even look surprised. He's just like fucking gone straight back in it.
The jump was magnificent. It was just like a prancing pony straight into it.
Yeah, I mean, he landed perfectly. Like, there's no chance of an injury there because he just went straight in, slotted in lovely.
All his wool's going to keep him nice and safe, isn't he? It's just that fucking hell. Also, that looked like a really weird location to have a sheep. It was just like some big manor house in the background.
Yeah.
It didn't seem very paddocky, did it?
It looked, I mean, he looked, do I dare say it, he looked a bit Russian, didn't he? To be honest. Like wearing
the sheep?
No, the guy that pulled it out. I don't know what a Russian sheep looks like. But he was wearing, like, you know, the old sherbet leisure wear, the old shell suits and all that. So, and they love a shell suit over in Russia, don't they? You know, give it the old Slovak
I wonder if that's
squat.
going to change.
It won't. It won't. It's like their national. It's like their national uniform. You can tell a Russian because they're wearing a shell suit.
I remember the shell suit days. They were awful, but dare I say it, they were quite comfortable because they were lined, weren't they? It's not like the material on the outside was what touched your legs. That lining was.
It was almost fleecy, wasn't it? It was almost like fuzzy felt sort of lining. It was nice.
Yeah, but it was super thin. It wasn't like, you know, having your fleeces on your legs. That would be way too much. But yeah, just a nice bit of soft material.
I just remember the noise of rustling everywhere. You know, you go out on the high street, you can just hear fucking rustling with everyone wearing their fucking shell suits together.
Mate, this takes me straight back to that exact same time in America. So, oh man, I'm not talking highly of my mum today, but yeah, so I went for a couple of school interviews. These are all the scarring moments of my childhood here. And the schools out where we were in America were pretty bad. There's massive gang culture. So she was trying to get me into like private schools. And you know what you do with your kids? You make them all look nice and stuff. Well, I'm still a scruffy fucker to these days. And this could be the reason why. But she made me go to these school interviews in a proper matching shell suit, top and bottom. That rustling still to this day haunts me, Mushu. You just said about it, and I was like, "Oh,
sharp, man!"
It was just embarrassing. I was just like, "Is this the first introduction that I'm going to get to an entirely new school system?" Yeah. Is the chubby English kid who turns up in a fucking matching shell suit, tops and bottom. The top, different trousers, not so bad. The bottoms, different top, not so bad, but never both together. I mean, I know tracksuits are sort of back in fashion. I keep seeing ones and they look like pajamas. They've got words written all over them. I don't know what it says. And I keep seeing people in them. And because of that, every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay if it's a young kid, then I can pass it off as, oh, bless him, his mum's trying to make him look nice for a school interview or something. But when it's a grown up, I'm just like, there's no excuse, mate. I don't care how much it costs. It's just no excuse.
You're a full kit wanker, and that's all you ever will be.
Full kit wanker. That's it, isn't it? That's
full
what
kit
I was,
wanker, mate.
Oh.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. You're in a different country now. Hopefully, they've forgotten.
Yeah, well, they're probably not. Yeah, I met an English person once. He was wearing a shell suit, both top and bottom. Never seen anything like it.
Right, should we do the last one?
Yeah, is this one of mine?
It is indeed, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I hope this one works nicely because it's quality. It's like 3 minutes long. We don't have to watch all of it. It's just funny.
Well, let's have a look.
This, for our listeners, is cats and water. Oh, look.
Why are they're such morons when it comes to water, aren't they?
I know, they're so graceful and amazing and agile until they get wet, and then they just turn into fat people who've fallen over. It's just so good.
That sums up nice.
What's he doing? Oh, it's just his arse well in there. There's one particularly good one. Oh, this might be it. Dear.
I mean, I don't know what he expected to happen there.
I fucking love cats. Oh dear. You expected that, weren't you, Moggy?
Now that was quite good. That was quite good. How it managed to get out of that.
Yeah. This one here. Mate, this is the last one. This is fucking classic. And there he goes. Right, arse overhead, straight into a fish tank.
That's you're right. For such a graceful animal, and you know, it's well known that if you drop a cat, it'll land on its feet, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the slow motion footage of that?
Yeah, it's frightening.
I think David Attenborough did it.
It literally defies physics. But I
Mhm.
don't get why they're so unable to walk alongside of a bath. I mean, I know baths are quite slippery in that, but fucking no, like I just don't get it. It's like you say, they just turn from being the most graceful animal in the world into being just a fat drunk guy that can't balance for shit.
Honestly, I think it's just so brilliant. I think what it is, Mushu, is the same reason I like cats in general is their arrogance, because they treat everybody with complete and utter disregard. Even if they like you, it's only because you feed them or you tickle that spot they can't get to, like under their chin. And they're just walking along like, yeah, look at me with my forelegs and my mushy, fuck, I'm in the water.
Do you think
just
that
trying to get out?
Do you think that arrogance extends to just letting themselves in someone's house and trying to give birth?
100% Mushu.
Because, as you know, I've moved into a new place, for which I've been told I'm not allowed pets or anything like that. I noticed that there's a cat flap which has been boarded up, and a few times now I've been stood at the door having a smoke or whatever, and this little cat's come up, and it's quite a friendly cat, quite nervous as well. Doesn't like being touched overly, but it will come up to you and sniff your hand and that. But if you make any sudden moves, it will bolt off again.
How are you touching it? You're like straight on the tail up.
No, I'm doing the thing you do with all dogs. I know it's not a dog, but you let it sniff you first and work itself out, you know. Yeah, but then I've noticed that I think the cat's pregnant, and it keeps trying to get past me into my flat, and I think it might have lived here at one point and been abandoned or something
Definitely
like
let
that.
this happen.
Well,
Hang on,
not.
listeners. Mushu, should Mushu let this cat move into his house to give birth? I'm a yes. I'm both hands up. Yes, straight away.
Well,
definitely.
It's funny you say that, because I'm not a cat person massively, and I'm not allowed cats in this flat. But if it needs to get in here, I have made a box full of towels, and I've got some emergency cat food in just in case.
Oh, I love it, you big woofter. Good.
I've taken some photos so far of the cat and my preparations for forthcoming kittens.
Fatherhood.
I'll let people know if I become a cat father against my will. But certainly that arrogance has extended this far, because that cat does not give a fuck that I live here now. It is just like, stop trying to stop me get in. It's my place. I'm coming in. I'm going to drop my birth. Drop my birth? I'm going to drop my babies.
My birth. Oh,
yeah,
and they're horrible when they first come out as well. They're all like just like slimy, hairy balls of baby cats.
Like I say, I'm not really that experienced with cats. In fact, if anyone knows a lot about cats, do give me some advice as to what the fuck I should be doing. Obviously, I'll be handing them over to Cat Protection League as soon as I can, or charity or something. But I can't keep them, mate. I can't. Well, it's going to be the biggest litter of cats in the world, isn't it? I'm just going to be covered in
cats.
One. Just give them out.
Just hand them out. Just give them out to people. Here you go. Have a cat. Hey, if you keep them around till Christmas, you give one to your postie. Have Christmas postie. Have a little cat. Call it Jess, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to like I say, I'm going to bring it in if it needs to come in. I haven't seen it today, so we'll see. But the cat flap's open again now, just in case it needs to get in. A bit naughty.
I love that. You're going to wake up. You're going to be fighting off an orange spider, and there's going to be a cat like this in the corner. I could have got that.
No, there'll be 20 cats in the corner.
20 cats. Oh, do you know what? Speaking.
Go on.
No, keep going, because I was going to go off on one.
I was going to say, I've even come up with a name for it, and this is so pathetic. I'm ashamed. I'm already ashamed, and I don't want to say it.
Is it Mr. Fluffy Paws?
No, I was going to call it Gamora.
Oh, cool. Is it green?
No, but the reason behind it is kind of desperate. It is that she's a lovely little thing, but I think I'm going to have to give her up. So I'm thinking,
fuck's sake,
with Gamora and Thanos and that, like, yeah. But there we go. So I'll keep people posted. But if you've got any cat husbandry tips, please do let me know.
Leave them alone. You just leave them alone. But it's funny that we should. Well, it's not funny because I sent the clip over about cats, so it's almost like pre-designed, but just today, you know how I like to, what's the best word? Be a cunt to people on Facebook.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
someone
works.
put a it's fairly accurate. Someone put a post up on one of the local pages, so my favourite place to hang out. I just can't help myself. Really can't. I'm not abusing the BBC. I'm abusing locals. Someone put a post up saying, "Oh, whoever's feeding my cat, stop feeding my cat. My children are absolutely despairing because we haven't seen them, and we know you're feeding them because it's really chunky." Rah 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 rah. And then everybody's like, "Oh God, people who steal cats are disgusting." Now that got my back up because cats, as I just said, are arrogant little fuckers. And if they don't like you, they're moving on. So I write, I got a real problem with people and ownership of cats. If a cat doesn't want you, a cat's going to fuck off somewhere else. And this woman, like 2 hours later, comes back. It's like, "So you trying to say that my cat doesn't like me?" Hang on, wait. She said something else. I can't remember what it was. It's like, "Have you got a problem with cats then?" I was like, "Nah, no problem at all. My cat hasn't left me." And then she wrote, "Are you trying to tell me that my cat doesn't love me?" And I was like, I was just like, "Well, if the shoe fits." Like, mine hasn't fucked off, love. Yours has.
Yeah. I'm obviously treating mine right.
Yeah, I just thought it was brilliant. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, well, there we go.
If a cat will do what a cat wants to do. If it doesn't want to be with you, it'll find a way. They're like fucking little 2-pound ninjas, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Have you seen that? Have you seen that clip of the cat that's walking along with a woman and a child, and a car pulls out behind it, and it does the most ninja-like move I've ever seen. It literally like jumps up, turns in the air, upside down and around at the same time, and then lands perfectly facing the other way. And then it's just like, it was only a car, and just fucks off again. It's worrying.
No, I haven't, but I'm going to look it up in a bit.
But it's like the experiment,
amazing.
isn't it? Like I said earlier, if you drop a cat, it always lands on its feet. Yeah.
Yes.
If you drop a slice of bread, buttered bread, it'll always land buttered side down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate.
If you strap a slice of buttered bread onto a cat's back and drop it in the air, what you create is a fusion reactor, which will just literally spin constantly because it doesn't know which side to land on.
Yeah, it will. It's like that massive collider. Is it at the Hadron? No, the collider
CERN.
that was in
CERN, the Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, the Hadron Collider. That's it. Yeah. Hadron. Yeah, there was worried that would create a black hole, but that'll probably fucking do it as well. So a bit of butter on a cat.
That was one of my favorite experiments ever. Like the guy in charge is like, "Yeah, we're fairly confident that it's gonna, we're gonna ram two particles together at an incredibly high speed, and we're confident that we can recreate the effects of the Big Bang. Hopefully, it won't destroy the universe."
Yeah, exactly.
The fact I'd love to be in a job. I'd love to be in a job where I could say the words, "Hopefully, this won't destroy the universe."
Yeah,
that'd be great.
There's a slight chance it might open up a black hole and we'll all implode and get sucked in upon ourselves, but
can you imagine the risk assessment for that? Like, yeah, I mean, for insurance purposes, obviously, we've had to wear high-vis jackets for safety. We've got hard hats and stuff like that. Obviously, when we turn the machine on, it might destroy the universe. We've also got barriers put up. What was that about the universe? Nothing. Just ignore what I said. It'll be fine.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Moving on. Moving swiftly on. Oh, fuck's sake.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Should we get back to our snake pit?
Yes, sorry. Let's get back to the snake pit. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, I've just loaded up my phone to get the next comment, and one of my friends from work has just sent me a message saying, "Get my nose pierced tomorrow." Why?
Well, each to their own.
Good-looking chap. Why?
Well,
I mean, what's the fucking? Just don't. Unless you're going to connect a bow to it, a bell, not a bow. It's not a boat. Unless you're going to connect a bell to it and start eating grass for a living. What's the fucking point?
I had a friend when I was growing up who had that part of his nose pierced through the top.
That I find way more okay than a stud in your nose.
Yeah, the funny thing was though, it turned him cross-eyed because he couldn't stop looking at it. He was constantly looking at it, and it started affecting his vision, so he had to take it out.
Oh, that's absolutely fucking brilliant. That's just fucking brilliant.
This is one of the things things you have to think about.
I know we're in a world of equal opportunities and all of that, but I really do think that nose piercings, particularly just the stud in the nose, is one that looks fabulous on women. On blokes, it just looks weird. You look at like which rock stars have it? I think Slash has got a hoop in his ear. Oh fuck, what's his name? He was in the Hunger Games as well. I wanna get away.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, I think he's got one as well. Looks kind of cool. He's a rock star.
Didn't occur to me that was him in the Hunger Games. Just blown my mind there slightly. Yeah.
He was amazing in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, because there was always a thing as well, wasn't there? That like one of the ears, if you got one of your ears pierced, it was gay. You were then a gay man. You know, the very.
I never knew which ear it was.
No, I didn't. That's why both of my ears are pierced multiple times.
That's why neither of mine are, Moosh.
Oh. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew how gay I was.
It's like, what's the gay ear?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I won't get either done. Just get me knob done instead. Why not?
Well, you see,
that's fucking ridiculous.
I got my right ear pierced first, and then I was like, shit, what if it was the right ear? So I went out and got my left ear pierced. But as I was getting my left ear pierced, I was like, now I've just got one in each ear. That's what old ladies do. So I was like, can you pierce me right one again? so they did that as well. And then I got drunk and pierced the right one myself one night, which it's lasted surprisingly well. This hole's still there. So I obviously did it right. It didn't get infected or anything.
Well, that's a spot of luck, isn't it?
No, I'd like.
I don't have any piercings at all. That's one thing I've never done. I've got a few tattoos that are controversial. They're not like swastikas or anything. They're not like that kind of controversial.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never know. You've never seen my back. It's just that big flag. You know, the big third right flag.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
It's the opening page to Mein Kampf.
Yeah. Woo. I did think about. Do you know the poem, the Desiderata? Oh Christ. I'm so obsessed with a particular line in it that I've forgotten the opening line of it. It's the one that's got the phrase, "You're a child of the universe, no less than the moon or the stars. And regardless of how the world is unfolding, you matter," or something along those lines.
Right.
I love it. The Desiderata. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem. I could find it and read it out, but it's quite long. I thought about getting that done on my back. Really liked the idea of it. So now I Googled somebody having the Desiderata on their back. And I saw it and realized I don't think I could sit through that. It's massive. It's a huge, huge, huge poem. No matter, it doesn't matter how much I absolutely adore it, because it is beautiful. It was his whole back.
Yeah.
Every bit, from shoulder to shoulder, all the way down to the ass crack, was just writing. And I was like, I'd like that, but that's an awful lot. I just take that. I mean, I don't even know how long that would take. And you'd have to have it done you couldn't just have it done in like Times New Roman. You'd have to have it done in something mildly flashy.
Well, yeah, it's got to be a nice font, hasn't it? But I saw a guy on one of these tattoo programs.
Go placidly amongst the noise and haste, and remember what peace there is in silence. That's the opening line. Sorry, it just came to me.
That clears up nothing for me. I've never heard it, but it does sound.
What? It's great.
Do I look like the sort of person that knows poetry?
I only know two poems, and it's that one, and the other one's called The Seventh Rapist, which I heard in a podcast. Otherwise, I would read it out, but it would literally be stealing an entire feature from a podcast I heard like 3 years ago. So I can't, unless people request it, in which case I'd love to read it out, because it's incredible work.
You see, my experience of poetry normally sort of relies on there was a man from Nantucket sort of thing. if you know what I mean.
We found a bucket and wanted to fuck it.
I'm all up for limericks and that, but I don't really get poetry. It's like performance art or modern art for me. I get that some people get enjoyment out of it, but I haven't got a fucking clue what it's on about. It doesn't stir any emotions other than confusion for me.
Now I want to read out The Seventh Rapist to you, because I genuinely think it would get some movements going.
Well,
do you want to know the opening line from that one?
I mean, regardless of what I say, it's happening, isn't it? So go on.
No, it's not. It's not.
Maybe next time. Maybe I'll look it up. How about that?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's beautiful, mate.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's really not beautiful at all.
But anyway, shall we try and fucking rein in what we're talking about?
Yeah, sorry, got distracted.
Didn't we just?
Right, where were we? We did estate agents. We did a lot about estate agents. What did you say? Sorry.
How about Tracy's other one?
Other ones. I don't know who they are. I don't know how to find them. But those bloody flake email spammers are high on my list. The Snakepit isn't good enough for them. They need a Liam Neeson ending.
Yeah.
She doesn't like them at all, does she?
No, she doesn't. But I'm going to kind of disagree with her on that for the same reasons that you were disagreeing with my idiot Facebook scientists. In that emails are easy to ignore, and I find them kind of entertaining. I think it's a really good read when you get these emails through talking about like, I'm a Nigerian prince who's come into a fortune that there's no way that I can spend due to tax laws in this country. I need to remove it. I'd be willing to split it 50-50 with you. All I need is like your bank details and a deposit of £300,000 to get the admin fees or whatever, you know. I love it because there's always spelling mistakes in there. There's always like random things that are just brilliant. And then you look at the email that it got sent from. It's like this Nigerian prince has just so happened to call himself like, I don't know, funky hot and fresh at hotmail.com or something like that. Just doesn't add up.
Hey, hang on, that's Prince Hot and Fresh. He's legit. I sent him 300 quid the other week.
Well, this is what I said to Tracy on the Facebook page. It's like, you feel sorry for if there is a Nigerian prince out there, like, you know what, I'm going to do something really nice today. I'm going to email a random person and give away half of my fortune. Fuck off, mate. Fuck off, do one. It's like, I've ended up in prison for fraud. All I wanted to do was give everyone some money.
Yeah. I think English don't want my money. I just don't understand.
But for the large part, I think most email scams are so fucking ridiculous that if you get drawn into them, I'm sorry, but you probably had it coming.
I don't know anybody who gets drawn into email scams. I mean,
someone must, otherwise they wouldn't exist. You know, like.
It's a fair point.
People who are like, I've won a lottery that I never entered, or my uncle in Transylvania is dead. That's funny. I never realised I had an uncle in Transylvania, but it's only a couple of £100 for admin fees to get this released to me. So I'm sorry if I never dealt with one of these while I was in the police. I've dealt with some fucking silly people, but I've never dealt with anyone that was a victim of internet fraud. But if I turned up and someone said that, like, I sent them the money, and this Nigerian prince now he's not answering my emails, I'd be like, you know what? Technology is probably not for you. Maybe turn off the internet. Go back to CFAX. Yeah, teletext.
CFAX.
Sort of yeah, there's a.
Does that even exist anymore?
I don't know. I don't think it does. No, it's a red button now, isn't it? Everything's red button.
Of course it is. Yeah.
I remember once a week religiously going on CFAX, looking up the joke page. You know, you like put in like 423 or whatever it was, get to the joke page, and you're like, "Hey, they're brilliant!" And then that's the week's entertainment out the way.
You used to put like 666 in or something, and you'd get subtitles. I mean, it wouldn't have been 666, but there was. Yeah, there was a subtitles feature.
Yeah, you put in. You had to go to CFAX or teletext or whatever, and then put in the subtitles page, and then it would show you the screen and the subtitles beyond. Yeah, that was technology, and that was.
It was mind-blowingly good.
That was back in the days when it was just literally someone listening and frantically typing the subtitles out as it goes, and the spelling mistakes and mispronunciations. Just fucking great fun.
They were so good at typing. I think they had like a 5-minute window, didn't they? They were like a 5 minutes ahead or something like that. But, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, CFAX, what a blast from the past. I haven't thought of that in forever.
Sorry, mate. Make you feel old.
So I'm just
sorry,
sad,
Tracy.
Sad about it.
I'm not willing to put them in.
No, I'm not thick enough to either. How about this? As a compromise, all the people who fall for those scammers, they can go in the snake pit.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I mean, we're in dangerous ground here. I hope, Tracy, that you haven't fallen for one. It's just occurred to me. Maybe the reason you hate them so much is that you've forked out a shit ton of cash and not seen any return from it yet. In which case, Trace, yeah, I'm sorry, you're in the pit as well. Sorry,
in the pit with you.
Please confirm you
wow.
haven't.
Oh God, no! But if you have, you can get. How about this? If you own up to it, you don't go in the pit.
Yeah. Or we just dangle you over it for a bit.
That's so good. If it was do an email with a link to a ladder. That's so good.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, so there we go.
So it's really sciences. Oh, I've got two more here. We've got Kelly. I happen to completely agree with this. Juice Plus reps. Apparently, Juice Plus fixes everything. Motherfucker. I'm going to broaden this, not so much just for Juice Plus reps, but for, what is it? Is it multi-layered marketing? MLMs, multi-layered marketing.
Yeah.
It's just a swanky way of saying a fucking pyramid scheme. It does my head in. Every year or so, I mean, there's somebody quite close to both of us whose partner has just started fucking selling Juice Plus, and he may or may not have seen it. But the financial freedom given from working from home,
I know. The thing is, I really wanted to say, I've purposefully not got involved in that particular situation because they're all grown ups. They can make their own decisions, what they do with their own monies. I did just gently remind him that. Well, I tried to drop it gently into conversation, you know, like, oh, Juice Plus, yeah. Was that not outed as a Ponzi scheme like 6 years ago or something like that? And
you're so subtle because as soon as she put a post up, I was just like, you realise this is a fucking pyramid scheme, right?
Yeah.
First comment in there. Then I messaged her.
And the thing is, people don't realise, like, because these companies and these schemes are basically like, oh, all you need to do to start your journey or to start your own business, not a business, it's just do a post a day or something like that. Just put a post up a day and this sort of thing. It's all free marketing. They're getting you to do free marketing. By doing that, you're ticking boxes in Facebook's algorithms to promote their business and basically peddle their bullshit to other people. And at the end of the day, you get out of it fuck all. They get out of it shit tons. In fact, I'm now thinking that maybe we should employ some people to do that. Guys, all we need
multi-layer marketing for our podcast.
One post a day, and you could you could start your own marketing business. All you need to do is promote the podcast once a day.
Here's the trick. You've just got to contact. Every time you refer to us, you have to call us Hun. Always have to call us Huns. We are now Huns, pacifist Huns. I want to be. Oh, thanks, Hun. Oh, babe, yeah, Hun. Oh, the financial freedom that comes from it is just beautiful. But more importantly, I want to see emojis. I want to see a buttload of emojis. I want to see a word, then an emoji. I want to see a word, then an emoji every single time. And babes, Huns, fake it till you make it, yo.
That's it. Call me Hun and cover me in emojis. That's all I want.
Call me Hun and cover me in emojis. That's it. Fuck me. It's so bad because they make all their money from recruiting, don't they? They just prey on. I don't want to say vulnerable people because that's not right, but they just prey on people who. It's any get rich scheme just doesn't get you rich, does it? It gets someone rich, but it's not you. Unless you've got if you've got a friends list of 20,000 that you could then recruit another 30 people from, you might make a couple of quid, but you're better off doing an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
if I'm honest. I mean, I reckon I don't think a lot of people want to see what's going on under here, but I reckon I could make more money on OnlyFans than you could on Juice Plus, Bushy.
I think to be honest, I can't argue with that at all. I think you're perfectly right. I think, I'd sign up for your OnlyFans just so I could, get some recipe ideas.
Get some fucking recipe ideas. Oh, look at that Hocker Sam.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at the size of that bad boy. That needs a girth certificate.
Yeah. Who's that? There's some fucking little rapper chick in America. Bad Baby, I think her name is. Just turned 18 and opened an OnlyFans, charged $20 a thing. $20 a subscription for a month, which is quite a lot. I mean, I've delved into the world of OnlyFans once or twice before. Piques your interest, doesn't it? It's like, oh, £3, I get to see all the goods. Yeah, go on then. She's done one of them. She made millions overnight. Literally, she turned 18, and I don't even think she does anything. It's just her in bikinis, just walking around.
See, this raises a question,
Mental.
doesn't it? And it's something I've thought about quite a lot, because one of my most hated phrases I see on the internet or hear is when people are talking about girls, especially like, well, no, in any way, shape, when they say like, oh yeah, and she's legal now, right? And that as well, the fact that she made so much money when she's opened up her OnlyFans page means people have been perving over her for a while she was underage. I think things like OnlyFans you should have an age limit of something like 25, 21, 25, something like that, so people can actually appreciate them when they're overage, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm getting my point across. What I'm saying is, if you
there is an enormous
go on.
There is an enormous history of dirty old pervert fucks leching over teenagers. There was a girl in The Sun, and to get your boobs out, I think you had to be 16 at the time, and her mum had done it. Glamour modeling, I think it was called back then, as opposed to OnlyFans. And the day she turned 16, she did a topless shoot for The Sun, and it was like their biggest selling issue ever. It's people are just nasty, aren't they? I mean, 18-year-olds don't particularly do anything for me.
Nobody seems to see how wrong it is. You know, like it's an acceptable statement, like, oh yeah, because she's legal now, as if like that makes it okay. It's like, no, what you're saying there is you've perved over her when she wasn't legal, and now she is legal, it's okay to talk about it. It's not. You're still a fucking creep. But if you
is there not the aspect that they are taking it in their own hands, and is it not empowering that they are able to make money off of something that people are already looking at? Because sex sells, doesn't it? It's one of those things that if you're a beautiful woman or seemingly a horrendous looking bloke, they want the flesh out as much as possible to sell their magazines or the newspaper articles or the movies or the music videos or whatever. But by doing that herself and making her very own OnlyFans page, then she gets to control everything that goes out. She gets to make all the money off the back of it. Is that not empowering, or is that just me being a pervert?
It could be empowering.
But for the record, haven't subscribed. Don't even know who she is. It's
personal choice, isn't it? I guess. And consent is the thing. It's like when people say like, oh, what's the difference between seeing a girl in a swimsuit and seeing a girl in her underwear? Well, the main difference is consent. She's probably giving you consent to look at her in a swimsuit because that's what she's chosen to wear out in public. Underwear is something private, which you don't generally have consent for. But I think if you're starting an OnlyFans at 18 years old and you get an instant fan base, I would reckon that the majority of that fan base have been perving on you when you were underage, and consent or probably not. I wouldn't want people like that. But then it's all money, isn't it? But I don't know. It's a vicious circle, I guess.
She's 18. I don't know if she's 18 or 21. It was just that, I mean, by the sound of her name, she's American, so it could very well be 21.
Whole conversation's bollocks then, isn't it, really?
I mean, I probably could have Googled it. Yeah, but yeah, as I say, I don't really know. I don't really know much about her. I just heard someone say that she made millions and millions overnight by opening up an OnlyFans because everybody wanted to see the goods. But then I can't say I wouldn't. Like, what if you saw one of your friends had an OnlyFans?
I've got a couple of friends that have got OnlyFans pages.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. And I haven't checked out. I can honestly say I haven't checked out either of them. Because firstly, they don't really do it for me. And secondly, I don't want to, I have to maintain a constant friendship with these people in some manner or other. I mean, to be fair, they're Facebook friends.
Is it Felix?
I'm not going to see them very often. No, they're both females. I don't talk to them very often or anything like that. But if I do, I don't need to see them naked. It's not a thing. I'm quite boring with that. I see my girlfriend naked. That's fine for me. I'm happy with that. You know, I don't need to
Okay,
see
fair
other
play.
people that I know.
Well, it's just that thing from the movie Sex Tape, isn't it? Where they're talking about their class of their year was like say 500 people, that they needed to make money quickly, and if they did a sex tape and they were both in it, they could almost guarantee that half of the people in that year would buy the sex tape, even if it was $50, just to see their friends fucking, just so they could hold it over them, sort of thing. So I feel like if you own that kind of thing and you're body confident and you know you're really happy with how you look, then I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think it takes that a seedier side of it away, because the porn industry is pretty grubby, isn't it? I mean, it's not a nice place, is it?
Not known for being the most comfortable environments, is it?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like the nicest place. But when you watch the videos, they're pretty nasty. I actually think it's quite good, but I feel like we've way gone off of fucking topic. We'll talk about multimedia marketing, and now we're talking about OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, but who was that? That was Kelly, wasn't it? Was it Kelly?
Yeah. Sorry, Kelly.
I think I'm happy to go along with that. Yeah, they can go in. Yeah,
no, but who goes in? The people who've been preyed on, because the person we both know that is doing it is a sweetheart, absolute sweetheart, and I've known loads of people, and it's like every year someone else falls for it, and I mean it's a miracle drug.
I don't think it's the lower level foot soldiers, so to speak, that need to go in, because, like you say, it is almost like they've been preyed on. I think it's the mid-levels and above, the ones that try to recruit people into doing it. They're the scumbags, because they must know what's going on, and
of course they do. Have you heard about some of the horror stories from it? Because they get invited into like regional group chats, and they'll be like, "Oh, my family and friends are all giving me shit from doing that," and they actively encourage their reps, whatever they're fucking called, to delete family and friends off, so that way the posts don't have the sort of comments negative. I put on. Yeah, like, this is bullshit, love. You can't give me a miracle powder to make me look like Zac Efron. It ain't happening. So there's no powder in the world that can make that happen. I don't really know what my point was on that. I think mid-level. Mid-level and up, straight in there.
Yeah.
We'll just pelt them with.
You can't throw people in the snake pit for being slightly gullible.
No, you can't. And it's a learning curve as well, isn't it? I don't know anybody who's done it. And I know a few people who have, and they're like, "Oh, I just really hope this business takes off. Oh, that'd be lovely. Oh, it'd be so great." Oh. Like, yeah, well, you're basically selling snake oil. It's not going to fucking work. Yeah. I don't know anybody who's ever made any money off of it at all.
No.
Maybe I'm cynical.
Apart from the person that came up with the idea, I'm imagining he's rolling in it, or she.
Genius. Absolute genius. Well, yeah, they can go to the fucking pit. You got any more on there, Moosh?
Well, was it Trick that said something about
Trick stock traders?
Stock traders, yeah. I've agreed with him. From what I've seen, I think they are possibly like needed. Because I know I don't know too much about the financial market and stuff like that, but I guess you do need someone who knows what they're doing in charge of it. The problem I've got with them is every single one of them I've met has been a massive cock. Very, very.
These like hedge fund managers. Are they like hedge funds? Oh, I can't even say it.
I'm assuming he means the stock traders. The guys that just that'll do it.
It's fucking me up, mate.
The guys that are in the big crowded rooms surrounded by monitors, giving it all of that, like, and all that on their phones constantly. I've had personal experience. Like, obviously, when I was in the police, I was in London. I was part of my beat was the London Stock Exchange, and I was called to a first aid incident there where someone was having a heart attack, quite a serious cardiac episode. I've gone in and I'm trying to administer CPR with my oppo, and this guy, I can see this guy just like, I don't know, just twitching on the edge of my vision. So I was, mate, give us a bit of space, yeah? And he's like, and I'm like, but mate, back up. And he's like, I just really need to get to that computer. There's quite a lot of money riding on it. And I'm like, there's a man having a heart attack. He's about to die. I'm literally pumping. I'm like, there's a man about to die here. And he's like, it is a lot of money. And I'm like, you can fuck off right now. You're getting nicked. I lost my temper with him. But fuck it, imagine that, thinking that your job thinking that the
Jesus
numbers on a screen, I
Christ.
don't give a fuck how many numbers you put on a screen. If there's someone dying, they're the priority. And just how fucked up you have to be. And the fact that a lot, and I mean a large percentage of stock traders are drug addicts, heroin addicts, cocaine addicts and stuff like that. People always think heroin addicts and think of like some grubby homeless person on the street, but no, these people have got the money to support the habit and live comfortably. They can quite happily get themselves shit-faced for 90% of the day and carry on with a life as relatively normal, and it's fucking disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I don't really know much about them. It's beyond me. I see them waving their pieces of paper around, and I know that drugs are absolutely rife amongst them all. I wasn't quite aware of the heroin one.
Yeah. I think the problem is when you give someone some measure of authority or power or something like that, they start thinking they're better than everyone else, don't they? And these are people that are juggling insane amounts of money. You know, we're talking like millions, multi-millions, potentially billions. And you know, they're trusted with these big numbers. And yeah, that's a lot of trust. It means fuck all to me though. I don't give a shit. You know, you obviously think that's very important. I'm sure it is. But in my day-to-day life, I couldn't give a flying fuck about these numbers. And if you get in my way, spouting numbers at me as a reason for getting in my way, you're going to get a slap.
Yeah.
You know, you get hit with the education stick. That's what happens.
The education stick, is that what you call your truncheon, Musha?
No, I've never called it that. It's my airlock baton. That's what I always used to call it. It wasn't the education stick. Although
I think you should rename it the education stick.
Fuck me, did it teach some people? Yeah.
Oh wow. We see. I mean, to play devil's advocate, because I don't know what those big numbers were that the guy was talking about. Could it possibly have had ramifications on businesses that could have gone under if he didn't press 669244 enter?
If it could, the system's fucked. If there's not a way of being like, you know, this is an emergency, you know, put it on hold for 5-10 minutes or something. It was literally until the ambulance turned up to wheel him off. This is what's more annoying. It's like the ambulance is en route, the City of London, LAS will be there within like minutes. So all he had to do was fuck off for 10 minutes, get out of my face. But instead, he decides to bitch at me about something that ultimately I don't give a shit about. You know, I could have started quoting PACE at him, like that's the Police and Criminals Evidence Act. He wouldn't have given a fuck, right? And it works both ways. You know, you can talk to me about how important your job is. If I'm doing my job, but fuck off. it's not my problem.
Just fuck off.
And I think again, arrogance. I mean, these snakes are going to be so well fed on arrogant cunts. It's going to be incredible.
Do you think they're going to evolve? They're going to come out and they're going to put their ties on with the massive knots, and it's not going to come down to their waist.
Look at me slithering along. Just like...
Yeah, right. Buy, sell, buy. Hey, do you know what that room is? That's the kitchen.
I'm gonna slither into Mushi's house and give birth. Yeah.
Oh no, cats aren't going in the fucking pit. In the pit. I like cats. They are staying out. I veto that one straight away.
Fair enough. No, that's fair. But no, I'm with you, Trick. Yeah, get them in there, mate. Get them in there.
Yeah, fuck them. I don't know anything about them, but they seem like cunts, so they can go in. Why not? Why the fuck not? Oh, there was another one. Personal trainers.
Now, I'm torn on this. I've never used a personal trainer, and I don't like the idea of them. I don't think I ever would use one. I don't see what the point of paying someone to nag me about something I know. Yeah, I don't want to pay someone to tell me I'm fat and I need to work.
Yeah, I don't want to be called a little bitch while I'm paying somebody to get fit. I like going to the gym, and they've opened back up, so I'm going to make an effort next week to go back in there and find out what their fucking score is, and so I can start swimming again. But I made it really clear, because when I signed up, I was given not personal trainers, but they'd have a personal trainer come and talk to me about what I wanted to achieve, and set me up like a routine, because it's all done on an app now anyway. But I made it perfectly clear. I was like, look, I have no desire in any way, shape or form to have anybody screaming and shouting at me to work fucking harder. I was like, I already work pretty fucking hard. I just want to be able to eat more food and not get fatter. That was literally my reason. I think I said this to you not long ago. I was like, no desire in any way, shape or form to have somebody scream at me. And I was like, but by all means, I'll tell you what I want. and you can tell me which machines to use and show me how to use them so I don't hurt myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can get on with it. But some people love it. They love that shit.
And they do. And the thing is, some people get, that's their therapy and stuff like that. And they rely on personal trainers to keep their life going on track. So I'm kind of torn. What I do hate is the personal trainers that go on Facebook and stuff like that and do Facebook videos about like where you're going wrong in life, how to make your life happen, improve your life in 10 steps and all this. Because generally they're kind of gimmicky. I mean, my ex follows one. I won't name him because I'm not in the habit.
Is it Joe Wicks?
No. Although
he
falls firmly into this category.
He's going in the pit, mate. In my opinion, just push him in, a smug little fuck.
I'm not going to name this guy because I don't believe in bashing people's businesses and stuff like that. And he's obviously trying to earn his money the same as anyone else, albeit in a bit of a cunty way. But he's basically, his thing is he swears a lot.
Okay.
And he's like,
is it me?
Nah, you personal trainer? Don't think so. Sorry, that was cutting, wasn't it? That was cutting.
How dare you?
Where did that come from? Although, if the cap fits. No, but it's just so over the top. And she put it to me like she said, "Oh, you should check this guy out because it's just no bullshit. He's no bullshit. He tells it how it is, and all of this. And what that translates to is he swears a lot. So don't put down that fucking burger. Go out for a fucking run. This is the shit you should be doing to get your life back on track and all this." I'm just like, there's no need for swear words there. It's like I swear a lot, but it just falls out of natural conversation. These swear words are specifically put in there to make people think like, "Oh, this guy's edgy. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's swearing a lot. He's so down to earth."
Is he an Englishman or is he like
he's English.
like a black Marine?
No,
okay, because there's a Marine guy who does that. I think his phrase is "embrace the suck" or something like that. He says it all the time.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he is.
That sort of shit annoys me. Embrace the suck. No, if something sucks, I don't do it. It's like
that's probably why we're both chunky.
Stabbing myself with a fork, that sucks. I try not to do it. I don't just be like, yeah, embrace it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
why not?
No,
I'm not. I'm quite up for putting personal trainers into the snake pit.
I'll put them in based on the logic that she's put forward. If they're that fit, they can get back out.
That's fair.
Earn your money.
That is fair. Earn your money. Prove yourself. Show your worth. But Joe Wick, I wanted to go in first though, because he really got on my tits over lockdown. The very first one. It was like he did really well. He got a load of hits, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to donate all my money to like, I don't know, some fucking charity, Boy Scouts of America or something." And then after 2 weeks, in standard English fashion, everybody stopped fucking watching him because it was fucking ridiculous. And he farted once live on camera. That was genius.
See,
I tried to
like
get the kids to do it.
I turned up there was one point when he first come out, and everywhere I went, I'd turn up and they'd have a Joe Wicks cookbook or something like that. It was literally like he was taking over the universe.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. I've forgotten that's that same person, and the food was awful.
Yeah,
it was rubbish.
Yeah. It's health food. Everyone knows. Health food just doesn't take. You can have flavour or you can have health, not both.
Well, there's an incredible YouTuber called Sam the Food Guy. It's not me. Very good name. He's a Canadian and he's clearly a pothead. Everything about him. And I found him during lockdown because he had these shows called Lockdown Munchies.
Yeah,
he's brilliant. He's got merchandise that is fantastic. He's just got one. It's like fat equals flavour. And in which case I am fucking delicious. And I was like,
perfect.
You are my people. I just said yes. From that moment I saw his t-shirt, it's like, you're a fucking legend, mate. It's they're absolutely brilliant. But yeah, you're right. It's flavour or health.
Yeah,
as a rule.
And it really winds me up when people are like, "Oh, I've made this delicious vegan tortilla wrap with cucumber and red pepper and like so," and you just think like celery, and you think that sounds like the worst thing ever, and they're like, "Oh my God," and you're like, "Oh,
I ate some celery yesterday, but I
literally
burn
more calories to eat than it gives you."
Not the way I fucking eat it, doesn't Mushu. Between me and my boy, we ate a whole tub of hummus just using celery and carrot sticks. I mean, there was other stuff there. I was also dipping garlic, sausage, and crisps into it. But yeah, there was celery there. Just trying to look healthy, having some carrot sticks. He likes carrot sticks. So I was like, I'll stick them in there. And celery as well. But yeah, when you have it the way I do, it ain't burning calories.
It's just difficult to keep celery looking nice, isn't it? It always just goes brown as soon as you cut it.
Oh, it's janky. It doesn't really taste of anything. It's just fucking crunchy, chewy water.
Yeah. Effectively, it's stringy water.
Yeah, fuck it.
Cucumbers are crunchy water. The celery is just stringy water.
Cucumbers are really interesting. I feel like we've used cucumbers really wrong in this country for a long time. It's not until I saw the mini cucumbers. So how do you eat a cucumber? You slice it thin, you stick it in a sandwich. Yeah.
How do you want to use a cucumber? This is what I'm waiting for.
Well, I see where you're going with this, Mushu. Right. Well, anyway, it's apparently an incredible hangover cure. Because obviously it's made of mostly water, so it hydrates you. It's full of electrolytes. I think I read an article. That's my knee sticking up there. I've got shorts on. I'm not just in my pants. Yeah.
I didn't think you were until you said that, and now I do. Oh.
Or am I not? Who cares? Anyway, no, this article, I feel like it was set in Poland. It might have been shared by one of my Polish friends. That hunters used to take it out because it's got no smell. It keeps you hydrated and it's really good for staving off hunger. But it also comes like ready wrapped in well, it's a fucking cucumber, isn't it? So it's like all skinned up.
Yeah.
But you eat a whole one of those, and I've never in my life have I been like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna have a cucumber for lunch and just fucking start tucking into a cucumber. I slice it and I put it in sandwiches, or I slice it and I put it on a salad. I don't just
chomp it down.
Yeah, or maybe make it into a stick and put it on and use it as something to dip.
I might try that one day this week. I might try that.
Just eat a cucumber.
Yeah, just when I'm hungry for lunch, just get myself a cucumber and eat the whole fucking thing whole and see if I can live off it.
I mean, take the ends off. I mean, the ends might be a little bit woody, but yeah, just try it. What are you having for lunch? Cucumber.
Yeah, just a whole cucumber.
I reckon you could probably, if you filmed that and put it on TikTok, the whole process, not the whole eating of it, but if you would just like unwrap your cucumber and then just start eating it, you'd probably go viral, Mushu.
Maybe. You can make
what are you going to have for lunch?
A reverse cucumber sandwich. Like cut the cucumber down the middle like a hot dog and stuff it with bread.
That sounds delicious. Amazing. Oh dear. Right. Well, we've got no more comments in the Snake Pit, and I know we were going to talk about other things, but I feel like we've actually probably hit our time about now. So should we think about wrapping this up?
That's yeah. Why not? Yeah.
I mean, I love our audience. They're so helpful.
They really are.
Yeah, you're wonderful people. Yeah, the interactions are well received.
I do. Yeah, I should say as well. Like, just because we've mentioned this post in an episode now, if you want to keep commenting on any of the posts, like we still get notified, even if it's the first post we did, we'll still get a notification. We'll still answer it. We'll still look at it. So do stick on other posts as well, and don't forget to comment on YouTube as well. YouTube comments do help us out quite a lot, and likes on YouTube, because it's easy to forget about YouTube. Bless it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only place that things are up at the moment, isn't it, Mushu? Where your internet's been down.
Yeah, but by the time this has gone out, all of the audio will be caught up now. So
I know one person who's going to be ever so happy about that.
Yeah, I am working on it. I'm getting them
it's a lot
slowly. Yeah, no, it's only 4 episodes. Only 4 episodes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not the end of the world.
What? Oh, I'll let him know. He'll be able to double up on that day at work.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably get them all in one hit, so he can do the whole lot. He can spend a whole 24 hours listening to us or something.
Or 8. No, because there was a parenting episodes. They were long, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were really fucking long.
Didn't we have a lot to say about that? Oh.
Yeah, I know. And the worst thing is we stopped filming. I was just like, so much more I could have talked about on that front as well.
I mean, it's going to rear its head again at some point, isn't it? We know it.
Yeah, of course it is. I've deliberately tried to not put any kids' stories out today for that reason.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's we'll call it there then. Thank you very much for listening. Obviously, do like and subscribe, everything like that. You know the drill now. Recommend us to your friends, and keep commenting on the posts, and we'll speak to you soon.